So, good afternoon. I am coming back at 20 hours. I think we need to be talking more since we are in the electoral period now. The election time has already started, so we need to be talking, and I will be here to give you updates on what is happening here and there, and of course giving my personal comments. Now, I've just noted a letter from Tonse Alliance to ECZ. I have noted a letter from Tonse Alliance to ECZ. They are requesting for a meeting. They want to have an urgent meeting with ECZ pertaining to the electoral process bill that is currently being debated. I don't know what they want to raise. I don't know the issues that they want to raise. And I'm not discussing the issues that they want to raise. But there is something that I want to raise or to caution ECZ. ECZ, so far, they have done very well. They have adhered to whatever they had promised. All the deliverables, they have been doing very well. But ECZ must be wary of the fact that, the opposition have already seen that they are losing this election. Basically, there is no opposition that is going to pose a threat or that is going to pose a challenge to the ruling party. So already some political parties, some mischievous politicians have started, coming up with issues to discredit ECZ. So ECZ must be very careful, against this ploy by some mischievous, malevolent politicians who want to discredit ECZ as not credible. So they need to be very careful on this one. I will amplify on this issue at 20 hours. The next issue is ECZ must make sure that they deal with recognized institutions and persons. I am going to repeat that. ECZ must ensure that they interact with recognized institutions and persons. Because if they entertain every busybody, they will find themselves in conflicts, and this is where you now have situation. This one is saying, oh no, I had a meeting with ECZ, they told me this. I had a meeting with the commissioner, they told me this, but now they are saying this, whatever. You see, because people will go to ECZ and they will come out and be issuing whatever statements. They may even lie that ECZ said this, and yet ECZ did not say that. And it becomes difficult to deal with such operatives who are not coming from recognized institutions and they themselves not recognized. It becomes difficult. So you are better off dealing with institutions, political parties that are recognized, and you are dealing with people that are recognized in that institution or political party. Which brings me to the issue of Tonse. Okay? Tonse is an alliance, but it is not a recognized institution. It is just a name that has been couched under which they operate themselves. They are okay. Those who belong to Tonse, they are okay. That's fine. We don't have a problem with them. But we need to recognize that Tonse is not a recognized institution or political party. I am saying this out of patriotism, not out of whatever politics, out of patriotism. And these things, if ECZ does not pay attention, they will risk having a lot of problems. And these very people who have already lost the elections will start capitalizing on those and making big issues, making capital out of those issues. So, and this is not against Tonse, no per se. There are a number of alliances, for example. We have a number of alliances. Alliances have now become like the political parties. But these alliances, they are not recognized. And I can even say it here, including the UPND alliance. It is not recognized. It is not recognized. So even them by UPND alliance, even them, they are not recognized institution. And therefore, it would be very wrong for ECZ to start entertaining these unrecognized institutions, these unrecognized alliances, and start entertaining them, exchanging letters with them, having meetings with them. It will be very difficult. It will be very difficult. So ECZ, I am saying this, earnestly, that you consider dealing with recognized institutions, recognized political party, and bona fide institution members of the respective institutions that you're dealing with. Because you will be in a mess. You will be in a mess. You all agree with me. There is a mess already in the country. There is already a mess. There is this president there, alliance there. It will be a confusion. It will be a confusion. So I am saying this out of patriotism, that please, can those who want to deal with ECZ, do it formally, because Tonse is informal. Tonse is informal. So, imweba Tonse, what you should do is to, if you can, if you have time, but you don't have time anyway, but if you have time, is to formalize your alliance. There are ways that you can formalize your alliance. An alliance can be formalized. If you can, formalize it, but you don't have the time. You don't have the time. So in this instance, take your purpose vehicle. Those letters that you are flashing out as Tonse, I don't think it is the best way. Take your political party, take a political party, either FDD or whatever political party, let them write to ECZ. And when you go there now as that party. You can go along with whatever. Otherwise, in confusion, later, we will have a big problem. A big problem. I am forewarning ECZ. You are at risk of being discredited. You are at risk of being dragged into conflicts, and before you know it, you'll be in court and what? Social media, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. Yes, not that the citizens cannot approach ECZ, but if I'm approaching ECZ as an individual, let me be recognized as an individual, not as a president of an alliance which is not legitimized, which is not formal. It will be a problem. And therefore, my elections, I want these elections to go on very well. I want them to go smooth. I want them to be peaceful. I want them to be free and fair. No. Charifi. No. Now, I support 20 hours because there is more that we need to talk. We need to talk about.